Good morning, students. This is Lakshmi, Assistant Professor in the Department of EEE, Chebrolu Engineering College, Lecturer 9, Unit 1, Topic Electric Field Intensity due to Infinite Line Charge. Now, in this video lecture, I would like to discuss about what are the various charge distributions and electric field intensity due to these charge distributions, and also electric field intensity due to a line charge. So charge distributions are four types. There are point charge distribution, line charge distribution, surface charge distribution, and volume charge distribution. So here it is the expression for electric field intensity due to a point charge. So that is E bar is equal to Q by 4 pi epsilon naught R square AR bar. Now electric field intensity due to a line charge. Let us consider a line charge having charge density rho L. Charge density means charge per unit length. Now on this line charge, let us assume a smallest length, that is a differential length dl. Now assuming a charge dq on this dl length, here we have to find the electric field intensity at the point P. Now due to impact of this charge dq, here we have to find the electric field intensity at the point P, which is at a distance capital R from the differential length, and AR bar is the unit vector along this line joining between the differential length and to the point. Now this is the direction of electric field intensity at this point. The expression for the electric field intensity due to this smallest differential length for a charge dq is expressed as dE bar is equal to dq by 4 pi epsilon naught R square AR bar. Here we have already discussed in the previous class, for a line charge distribution dq value is equal to rho L dl. Now simply substitute the or replace the dq value by rho L dl. So whenever we have to take the smallest differential length, and for a smallest charge the electric field is also smallest, so that's why here we have to write the smallest electric field intensity, that is dE bar. So dE bar is equal to formula rho L dl by 4 pi epsilon naught R square AR bar. Now we have to find the electric field intensity for entire line charge. That means the total electric field at a point due to this line charge is obtained by integrating this equation over length of the charge. So on integrating this equation, integration and differentiation are cancelled, so dE bar becomes to E bar. Now integrating this value, that is integral L rho L dl by 4 pi epsilon naught R square AR bar. Here AR bar, that is unit vector along line joining between dl and point P, and dl is obtained that depending upon the coordinate system used, that is whether it is a Cartesian, spherical or cylindrical, and also by applying limit values, that is integral L, by applying limit values on integrating this equation, we get the value for electric field intensity at the point P due to this line charge. So this is the final expression for a electric field intensity due to a line charge. That is E bar is equal to integral L rho L dl by 4 pi epsilon naught r square AR bar. Now the second case is electric field intensity due to surface charge. So let us assume a surface having surface area S. Among this surface we have to assume a smallest surface. So that is the smallest surface means differential surface area, that is ds. Now due to charge on the smallest surface area, around the surface there is a electric field is developed. Now in that electric field, let us choose a point P which is at a distance r from the differential surface area. Now here AR bar is the unit vector along the direction ds and to the point P. Now here rho s is the surface charge density. Surface charge density means charge per unit area. Its units are coulomb per meter square. Now the expression for smallest charge, that is dq, in the case of surface charge is rho s ds. Here dq is the differential charge, rho s is the surface charge density and ds is the differential surface. Now we have to find the electric field intensity due to entire surface charge. For this purpose we have to integrate that. Now this is the differential electric field dE bar at point P due to dq. So dE bar is equal to, according to formula, dq by 4 pi epsilon naught r square AR bar. We have already find the formula for dq. So dq formula is rho s ds. Now substitute in this equation rho s ds by 4 pi epsilon naught r square AR bar. This expression is electric field, that is a differential electric field at point P due to differential charge. But we have to find the total electric field at point P due to charge Q. For this we have to integrate the dE over the surface area on which charge is distributed. So on integrating this equation, integration and differentiations are cancelled. So E bar is equal to integral rho s ds by 4 pi epsilon naught r square AR bar. Here the meaning of surface integral is double integration. Why? Because here the surface has two variables, so that's why this expression is integrated by 2 times. Here the AR bar, that is unit vector, and differential surface is obtained according to the position of the sheet of the charge. That means their maximum and minimum limits, and also what is the coordinate system we have to use, that is a Cartesian or spherical or cylindrical, like that. By knowing these values, by simply substitute here, by double integrating, we have to easily find the electric field intensity at the point P by obtaining surfacing area. Now this is the another type of charge distribution, that is volume charge distribution. When you observe this figure, this is the volume charge having volume V. Inside a volume V, consider a smallest volume charge distribution that is dV. Now the charge on this smallest differential volume is taken as dq, and rho v is the volume charge density. Volume charge density means charge per unit volume. So the charge dq on the differential volume dV is written as dq is equal to rho v dV. Now let us consider a point P which is at a distance capital R from the differential volume. Now here we have to find the electric field intensity at this point due to this differential volume charge. So this is the expression for differential electric field due to differential charge, that is volume charge. So general formula for a differential electric field is dq by 4 pi epsilon naught r square ar bar, but we have to know the differential charge in this case is rho v dV. Now substitute this value here. So rho v dV by 4 pi epsilon naught r square ar bar. Now we have to calculate the total electric field intensity at the point P is obtained by integrating the above equation over the volume in which charge is accumulated. So on integration, differentiation and integrations are cancelled, so E bar is there. Now integrating this equation, that is integral, the suffix there is a volume integral, so integral V rho v dV by 4 pi epsilon naught r square ar bar. Here rho v is volume charge density and dV is the differential volume, and r is the distance between the differential volume and to the point, and ar bar is the along the unit vector in the direction of distance between the differential volume and to the point. Integral volume means it is a triple integration. Whenever we have to take the volume charge distribution, it has three variables. For example, you have to take a cube, it has three variables: length, breadth and height. So that's why, so for obtaining the electric field intensity in that case, we have to integrate 3 times due to 3 variables. So that is the meaning of integral V. So simply integration V means it is a triple integration. Thus by knowing the values, that means AR bar and dV, and also depending upon the coordinate system, so this formula also changed. So by substituting the coordinate system variables, we have to also find the electric field intensity in 3 coordinate systems also. So this is the expression for electric field intensity in a volume charge distribution. Now these are the cases we have to discuss, the different types of charge distributions and the electric field intensity due to these charge distributions, that is line charge distribution, surface charge distribution and volume charge distribution. Now we have to discuss about the electric field intensity due to infinite line charge. So here we have to find the electric field intensity in the case of a line charge having limits infinity to, that is minus infinity to plus infinity. So this is a figure represents the electric field intensity due to a infinite line charge. Let us assume a charge along z axis having limits minus infinity to plus infinity. That's why this line charge is named as infinity line charge. Now let us assume a smallest length, that is a differential length dl, and due to this differential length an electric field is developed around this. Let us assume a point P along y axis it is at a distance r from the differential length and at a distance small r from the origin. Now we have to find the electric field intensity at the point P due to this infinite line charge. So first we have to find the electric field intensity due to this dl element, and next by integration with the limits minus infinity to infinity we get the total electric field intensity due to infinite line charge at the point P. So here to find the electric field intensity, first of all we have to know the coordinates of dl and P. So here we have to take the differential length dl carrying a charge dq along the line as shown in the figure. We have to take the dl length along z axis, hence the value of dl is to be taken as a dz. So dq is equal to, we have already known the line charge distribution, dq is equal to formula rho l dl. Now the smallest differential length value in this case is dz, so dq formula is equal to rho l dz. Now first of all we have to find the coordinates of dq and the coordinates of the point P. Here this is the dq charge position and this is the position of P. So the dq is only lying along z axis, that means it has no coordinates on x axis and y axis, it has only coordinate along z axis. So that's why the coordinate point of dq is represented by 0, 0, z, and coordinate of P, here P is along the y axis, that means it has no coordinates along x and z, it has only coordinate along y axis, that is a small r. So the coordinate point of P is written as 0, r, 0, that means it has no coordinates along x and z, it has only coordinate along y, that is r value. So first we have to know the coordinate points of dq and P. dq is only along z axis, P is only along y axis. So these are the coordinates of dq and P. Now we have to determine the distance between these dq charge and the point P. For this purpose, let us assume these coordinates as x1, y1, z1 and x2, y2, z2. Now the distance vector r bar is written as rp minus rdl. Now we can calculate by this x2 minus x1 into ax bar, y2 minus y1 into ay bar, z2 minus z1 into az bar. So here we have to assume 0, 0, z as x1, y1, z1 and 0, r, 0 as x2, y2, z2. Now this equation is obtained by x2 minus x1 into ax bar plus y2 minus y1 into ay bar plus z2 minus z1 into az bar. Now by substituting in this equation we get this value, that is r ay bar minus z az bar. This distance vector clearly clarify it has no elements along x axis, that means for example the line charge is along z axis, that's why here z bar, and the point is along y axis at a distance r from the origin. So simply this equation proves there is no any element along x axis. So this expression is right. So distance vector r bar is equal to r a y bar minus z a z bar. Now we have to take the magnitude of this equation, that is a mod of r bar. So the mod of r bar is, general formula is square root of coefficient of ax whole square plus coefficient of ay whole square plus coefficient of az whole square. Here the coefficient of ax is no more, so simply we neglect. Now the coefficient of ay square is, that is r square, plus coefficient of az is z, so z square. So simply we get the value of mod of r bar is equal to square root of r square plus z square. Now the unit vector along this distance vector is indicated by the letter ar bar. We have already known unit vector formula is r bar by mod of r bar. Now here we have to find the value of r bar, that is r ay bar minus z az bar, and also mod of r bar value, that is the square root of r square plus z square. Now we have know the formula of electric field intensity for a small charge dq, that is a small electric field intensity, dE bar is equal to dq by 4 pi epsilon naught r square ar bar. Now substitute the values dq here rho l dz, and as usual 4 pi epsilon naught, and r square, here we have to find the r square value, that is square root of r square plus z square, and a bar value we have to also find the a bar value here. So substitute the a bar value, that is r ay bar minus z az bar square root of x r square plus z square. So here whenever we have to find the value of electric field intensity at the point P, now the electric field intensity is split into two components. So here that is dEy bar and dEz bar. So again this dEz bar is split into positive z axis and negative z axis, and the equal and opposite charges are accumulated in the case of, that is along z axis. So simply whatever the coordinates or components along the z axis are simply neglected. So we have to take only components along y axis. Why? Because along z axis the positive and negative side charges are cancelled to each other due to equal and opposite. Hence we have to neglect the components along z axis. We have to take the electric field intensity along y axis only. That means in this equation the az terms, that means minus z az bar term is simply neglected. So hence the equation dE bar can be written by eliminating az component. Therefore dE bar is equal to rho l dz 4 pi epsilon naught square root of r square plus z square whole square r a y. Here there is no minus z a z bar component, simply we eliminating here r a y bar by square root of r square plus z square. Now to find the electric field intensity, that is the total electric field intensity at the point P, is obtained by integrating this equation with the limits minus infinity to plus infinity. So whenever we integrating on both sides, here the integration of differential e, so that means integration and differentiation are cancelled. So e bar is equal to integral minus infinity to infinity rho L by 4 pi epsilon naught r square plus z square whole power 3 by 2 r dz ay bar. Here square root of r square plus z square whole square, that means square root and square are cancelled. Here there is a r square plus z square whole power 1 term, and also r square plus z square whole power 1 by 2 term. That means bases are equal, then powers are added. So r square plus z square whole power 1 plus 1 by 2, that is r square plus z square whole power 3 by 2. So let us assume z is equal to r tan theta. So for this we have to observe the figure here. This is the z value and it is a small r value, it is a capital R value. So from this figure, tan theta is equal to opposite side by adjacent side. So tan theta becomes to, we get z is equal to r tan theta. So that is r is written as, by cross multiplying the tan theta, so r is equal to z by tan theta. And now differentiation this equation, that is z is equal to r tan theta, differentiating on both sides. Z differentiation is dz, r is a constant, so tan theta differentiation is secant square theta d theta. Here r is not the variable of integration, so in this equation z is equal to minus infinity, then theta becomes to tan inverse of minus infinity. So tan inverse of minus infinity means minus infinity value is obtained at tan pi by 2. So tan inverse of minus infinity means that is minus pi by 2, that means minus 90 degrees. And also substituting in the equation z is equal to plus infinity, so theta is equal to tan inverse of infinity. So theta value at pi by 2 is equal to infinity, so tan inverse of infinity is equal to pi by 2, that is a plus 90. That means here we have to change the values z to theta. So the limits of z are minus infinity to plus infinity. These limits are changed into in terms of theta by minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. And also due to changing the limits, we have to change the values inside the integration also. Now the integration limits are changed, that is minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, rho L as it is 4 pi epsilon naught r square plus z square is there. So z square is replaced, that means here z is equal to r tan theta. Now squaring on both sides, that is z square is equal to r square tan square theta. Now here this is the formula generally, r square plus z square whole power 3 by 2. That means in this case we have to substitute the z square formula as a r square tan square theta, and also dz value, here dz value is r secant square theta d theta. Here it is a integration variable with theta, so remaining all are constant, that is rho l 4 pi epsilon naught are constant. Now simply write the in front of integration, that is rho l by 4 pi epsilon naught, in the numerator r into r square secant square theta d theta. In the denominator we have to common the r square value, but r square value whole power 3 by 2 is also there, so r square whole power 3 by 2 it changes into r cube. So inside the bracket there is only 1 plus tan square theta, so 1 plus tan square theta whole power 3 by 2. So that means here rho l 4 pi epsilon naught are constant, they are simply write the in front of integration, that is rho l by 4 pi epsilon naught r into r square secant square theta d theta. In the denominator we have to common the r square value, but above r square plus r square tan square theta whole power 3 by 2 is there. Whenever we common the r square value, whole power 3 by 2 is also applicable. So r square whole power 3 by 2, by the cancellation of 2 and 2 we get the r cube value. So inside the bracket there is no r term, so simply 1 plus tan square theta whole power 3 by 2 ay bar. But we have to know 1 plus tan square theta is equal to secant square theta. So here by cancellation of r square with r cube, in the denominator there is only 1 r, so here that is the r value, and above there is a secant square theta and d theta value. Now by replacing the 1 plus tan square theta is equal to secant square theta, but 1 plus tan square theta whole power 3 by 2 is there in the above equation. That means we have to apply the whole power 3 by 2 for this case also. That means secant square theta whole power 3 by 2, that value is equal to secant cube theta. Now this integration is variable only theta, so r is a constant value, simply write the in front of integration, so rho l by 4 pi epsilon naught r. Now in the numerator there is a secant square theta, in the denominator secant cube theta. By cancellation we get only 1 by secant theta, but we have a relation between secant theta and cos theta, so by cross multiplying cos theta is equal to 1 by secant theta. That means by replacing the 1 by secant theta by cos theta here, now we have to apply the integration for cos theta d theta with the limits of minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Now the integral cos theta value is equal to sin theta. Now by applying limits minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, rho l 4 pi epsilon naught r sin of pi by 2 minus sin of minus pi by 2 into ay bar. We have know the value of sin 90 is 1 and sin of minus theta value is that means minus sin theta. So sin of minus 90 is minus 1. So rho l by 4 pi epsilon naught r 1 minus minus 1. So minus minus plus value, that is 2. So rho l by 4 pi epsilon naught r into 2 ay bar by cancellation here 2 by 4, we get the final value of electric field intensity E bar is equal to rho L by 2 pi epsilon naught R AY bar, and the units of electric field intensity is volt per meter. Now this equation is expression in the Cartesian system only, that is AY is a unit vector along the distance R, which is a perpendicular distance from the point P from a line charge. Thus it is also expressed in terms of AR bar also, that means AY bar is equal to AR. So simply by replacing the AY bar by AR bar, we get the electric field intensity E bar is equal to rho L by 2 pi epsilon naught R AR bar. So here R is the perpendicular distance of a point P from the line charge, and AR bar is a unit vector along the direction of the perpendicular distance of a point P. So this is the expression for electric field intensity due to a line charge, that means infinite line charge, or it may be also applicable for a finite line charge also, that means by applying limits. So for a finite line charge means it has a limit values, so that limit values apply to the electric field intensity formula, we get the expression for electric field intensity for a finite line charge also. Thank you.